Right now at 7, a federal immigration program is sparking delays, protests, and fear in East Texas. And local faith leaders say families need compassion now more than ever. And after a 43-day shutdown, parts of the federal government are finally back open and back to normal. Coming up, how the Trump administration wants to recognize workers who stayed on the job, even without pay. And meet a 100-year-old veteran whose milestone birthday celebrates not just a life well lived, but also the freedoms he helped protect.
And warm and breezy conditions will be here to stay for a while. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
The Boulder City Council is delaying a decision on joining the federal 287G immigration program until December 9th. Tension is rising as Smith County already participates and may expand its presence in that program. Meanwhile, Catholic leaders warn immigrant families are living in fear of arrest and separating, urging compassion as the holidays approach. Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Dana Dixon has the week off. Thank you so much for joining us here on CBS 19 Plus. Let's go ahead and first get a check on that forecast with meteorologist Joel Robertson in the forecast. Sun's starting to come up and it's starting to feel nice out there.
Absolutely. Definitely off to a warmer start than what we've been seeing the past few days. Also a little bit more humid on the other hand. South wind holding on at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, bringing up some of those warmer temperatures and the moisture. Current temperatures on our Roberts Cam, 62 degrees here in Tyler. Also, you see that south wind holding on at about 9 miles per hour. Pressure nice and steady as well. We'll continue to see clear to partly cloudy conditions into the rest of this morning. 50s and 60s on the other hand across the board. 59 degrees in Longview, 59 in Henderson, 60 in Jacksonville, 54 in Nacogdoches, and 62 degrees this morning for you folks in Gilmer. Those temperatures, they're going to be building pretty quick as that sunshine continues to hold on. 80 degrees by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We'll continue to climb from there into the low to mid 80s. We'll see 82 for today, mostly sunny skies, then partly cloudy for your Saturday, 82 once again. Then we'll continue to build those temperatures as that ridge of high pressure in our upper levels continues to settle in. We'll see 84 degrees by Sunday. There will be a big change in the forecast coming up into the middle of next week. We'll break down what we know so far, and plus we'll go over your weekend forecasts coming up.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. The Boulder City Council has decided to put a federal immigration program on hold for now. Council members voted last night to postpone a decision on the 287G task force model until their next meeting, which would be on December 9th. Now, if approved, the program would let Boulder police officers enforce immigration law under the supervision of federal authorities during their regular duties. But not everyone is satisfied with how officials handled the situation last night.
Not so much confused. I was just let down, disappointed that they want an attorney here to hear the public speak on how they feel and ask questions about it. I'm sorry, but if you're an elected official, you should be able to talk to your community, talk to the people that voted you in and allowed you to represent them in this community.
Meanwhile, the Smith County Sheriff's Office is already part of the program, a move that has sparked protest and criticism in the area. And next week, the Smith County Commissioner's Court will consider allowing the Precinct 4 Constable's Office to enter the same program. And with that in mind, Catholic leaders in East Texas are calling attention about growing fear in immigrant communities. Bishop Gregory Kelly from the Diocese of Tyler is joining bishops across the country calling for prayer, compassion, and support for families who he says are living in hiding. In a letter, Bishop Kelly said parents are worried about sudden arrest and being separated from their children, adding that a vast majority are not criminals, just families seeking a better life. And he's asking East Texans to show compassion as the holidays approach. A Tyler man will spend the next 12 years in prison for his role in a shooting and a police chase that happened earlier this year. August Williams pleaded guilty to engaging in organized criminal activity tied to an April 23 shooting at apartments on Walton Road in Tyler. Police say Williams and Jordan King were arrested after a short chase where Williams, who was driving, ran from the car into a wooded area. Officers later found him in a creek and recovered the gun involved. King also received a 12-year sentence after taking a plea deal, that is, in September. 7:06 now. For the first time in weeks, Smithsonian museums, U.S. Capitol, and national parks are welcoming visitors. Federal workers back on the job after the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The spending bill President Trump signed funds the government through the end of January. It also guarantees back pay for essential workers, reverses federal layoffs, and fully funds SNAP benefits for a year. The White House says more than 1 million federal employees who weren't paid will start receiving back pay as early as Sunday, and those SNAP benefits should go out within days.
I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again.
Happy to be back in office and see the people in the streets and see the city life again.
Travelers may still see some delays with FAA flight restrictions in place at major airports that is, but for now disruptions are easing up a bit as air traffic controllers return to work. President Trump has also suggested bonuses for the air traffic controllers who worked without pay while the government was closed. Across Texas now, a familiar face is running to lead the Texas Senate for the third time, but this time he's abandoning political parties. Mike Collier is running for the Texas Lieutenant Governor as an independent. The certified public accountant from Houston has tried to unseat the incumbent Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick twice. Collier came within 5 points of Patrick in 2018. He lost by 10 points 4 years ago. Collier's top priorities include funding public schools and letting Texans vote on legalizing gambling and THC access. Now, Collier's entrance into the race brings the number of candidates in this lieutenant governor's race up to 3 now. Republican Dan Patrick is running to serve a 4th consecutive term, and Austin Democrat Vicki Goodwin also announced a run for that office. The Texas Education Agency has released school ratings for the 2024-2025 school year. Statewide, 81% of Texas school districts received an A rating, while only 2% received an F. Here in East Texas, Tyler ISD got a B rating. Longview ISD also got a B, as did Lufkin ISD. Over in Nacogdoches, though, that school district got a D rating. Well, this morning, Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is finally on its way to Mars with 2 satellites. The launch comes after several attempts were scrubbed this week due to weather and solar flares. NASA's twin Escapade Mars probes are riding aboard the powerful rocket and will be deployed on a 22-month journey to study the red planet. How fun does that look? Everything is bigger in Texas, we know that, including cruise ships that leave from Texas, with the world's largest now planned to take its first trip from Galveston. Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas is set to sail in August of 2027, and travelers can now book 6 to 8 night cruises with port stops in the Bahamas, Honduras, and Cozumel. And look at this, Cheetos and Doritos are about to look a little naked. PepsiCo is rolling out new versions of the snacks without artificial flavors or dyes. Now that means instead of that signature bright orange, they'll have a more natural pale yellow color to them. The company says the new Simply NKD line will taste just like the originals. Don't worry though, the classic versions aren't going anywhere either. You'll see the new options in Doritos Nacho Cheese, the Cool Range flavors, plus the Cheeto Puffs and Flamin' Hot flavors too. They're expected to hit store shelves sometime next month. And look at this, it's like a scene from the Jetsons. The first all-electric car took off from a test track this week in North Carolina, getting up to 150 feet off the ground. Now for a mere, simple, cheap, if you want to call it that, $190,000, you can get a 25-mile range, and it'll hit 60 miles an hour in its car form on the road. Now it's only restricted to flying during the daylight hours in non-congested areas, so don't plan on taking flights on this car anywhere near congested areas. And Russia launched a massive attack on Kyiv, hitting multiple districts and sparking fires across the city. At least 11 people were injured. Debris damaged homes, schools, and medical facilities, while emergency crews responded to fires and power outages there as well. Well, shovels hit the ground in Longview, marking the start of something special and something new and something to look forward to for students in the community. Those series of groundbreaking ceremonies were for the 3 new facilities, all aimed at expanding opportunities for learning, training, and athletics. Check it out.
Ground on our new natatorium, CTE, and multi-purpose building.
We went to Dallas, several buildings up there, Garland, Richardson, because we wanted to bring the best ideas from all of those buildings to Longview. The mega multi-purpose building, it will sit right here on this site, and it will be an indoor athletic facility. The biggest part of that building to me is the CTE. We will actually have a bank. We've partnered with Credit Union of Texas, and so the kids will get an opportunity to learn banking and finance. We'll have business classrooms in there. We'll have our Lobo store, so our kids will be able to do the merchandising, and they'll be able to do the checks and balances. We'll also have a maker space in there for our elementary kids to come so they can learn how to code. Then we have a banquet hall in there that the community will be able to rent, and our culinary department will be able to cook and make the food for them. And then we will have our horticulture department who can do all the flowers and the decorating. We want our kids to get as close to university experience as they possibly can. Longview University.
Let me tell you, those culinary students can cook up some good stuff. All right, big cheers for the Mineola High School Marching Band. They're returning home as state champions. How cool. Mineola's High School Sound of the Swarm earned their 5th marching band title. According to the UIL, this win was the band's 2nd championship in a row. On a social media post, the district said they are proud of the band and thanked the school and the community for supporting the kids all around. All right, some breaking news just into our newsroom. Officials are investigating an early morning car fire at a Tyler apartment complex, and they're investigating that as possible arson. Fire Marshal for Tyler, Joey Hooten, said crews rushed to the Marabella Apartments on Old Bullard Road around 5 this morning. There were reports initially of gunfire, but no evidence of that was found. A car in the parking lot had some gasoline in the trunk, and it was lit on fire. The car is considered destroyed because of that significant damage. All right, well, he's a West Texas native, a World War II veteran, and at 100 years old, still strumming the Tennessee Waltz. Ronald Ray's milestone birthday celebrates a life well lived and the freedoms that he helped protect. Kevin Reese shares that story.
He's a boy from West Texas who today decided his mandolin needed to play the Tennessee Waltz. In his music room in Hazlet, surrounded by the mementos of a waltz through one very long life.
I fought in Okinawa.
Ronald Ray was 19 that year in Okinawa, which this year makes the World War II veteran 100 years old.
I guess it's great. Because if I didn't make it 100, I wouldn't be here talking to you.
His 100th birthday was November 3rd. His entire family was there, but they wanted the rest of us to know about him too.
He's my hero.
He lives with his daughter Gina, who has pretty high praise.
Next to Jesus, he's the best thing that ever happened in my life. He's a wonderful person.
Ronald Ray became an electrician, a repairman, fixed autopilot systems on airplanes, even for a while served as a West Texas Justice of the Peace. His military service, his daughter wants you to remember that too.
I'm very proud of this generation and what they've given us.
When you get a chance to talk with someone at 100, you have to ask them their secrets, and Ronald has a few.
Leave tobacco alone. Leave the whiskey alone. Go to school, go to church, and be good to your wife.
And maybe I'll get to 100 too.
Well, I don't know about that.
100 and brutally honest, but also an old soldier not ready to end his own waltz just yet. In Hazlet, I'm Kevin Reese.
Hopefully we're all as talented as he is at 100.
Very
All right.
sharp.
Well, food is all about creativity and sometimes breaking the rules, from the sweet and salty snacks to the unusual ingredients, pairings. Everyone has that one combo they just love, even if other people think it's a little weird. Maybe it's adding hot sauce to your chocolate. Don't know about that one. Or mixing pickles with peanut butter. Don't know about that one either. Whatever it is, your personal flavor adventure. So we want to know, what is your favorite food combo that everyone else thinks is weird?
Oh.
You already know mine, but Joel.
Yeah, man, you know what? I don't know if I really have anything that's like weird. But I don't know if I really combine things too much.
You should.
Yeah.
Combining is good. My go-to is pizza and ketchup.
That is
Say instead of ranch, it's ketchup. You have your sweet or your salty, savory marinara sauce and your sweet ketchup. I love anything sweet and salty. The pepperoni is salty, the cheese is salty, the bread is salty and savory. You got your sweet on top. It's good.
I'll try it. You know, we've talked about this.
Try it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is kind of weird. It's kind of like normal now, but like chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of weird.
But that's a good
also
one.
that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of being integrated as normal at this point.
Our producer Renee, you said hot Cheetos and mashed potatoes is a diabolical.
Really?
Diabolical.
Diabolical.
And y'all think my mixture is diabolical. All right.
My.
Let's see what people on Facebook are saying. Mara, she's saying bananas with white rice and beans.
Wow. It's like a chat GPT,
so,
you know?
So Mara's our boss. That's a great flavor. I'm trying to keep my job. That's a great combo, Mara. Donnie's saying Frito scoops and peanut butter. The scoops make sense. Combination does not.
The scoops and
the Frito, the scoop.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you scoop them in there. Sure.
Meant for scooping guacamole, scooping salsa, scooping cheese. I mean, maybe beans.
I mean, if we're talking about scooping too, like French fries in a shake.
That's
ice cream.
good.
But that's not weird.
That's not weird. See, that's sweet and savory again.
It is.
It's just my version is different. Anyways, I'm passionate about ketchup on pizza, as you can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's get a check on this traffic now with Joel. Roads and cars. They're a good mix when they can be.
Yeah, they are. You know, as long as you're safe out there. Another good mix is some good weather conditions, which is kind of the case for the most part today. We have some fog lingering here and there across the area. Give yourself a little bit of extra time if you're heading eastbound to Shreveport, because we do have some dense fog reported in some of our eastern counties. We'll take a look at that visibility map in just a second. But if you're heading northbound on US 69, you're going to be just fine. Nice clear conditions there. 2.5 hours up to Denison. But again, give yourself a little bit of extra time. We have some fog also reported in Deep East Texas. So again, give yourself a little bit of extra time if you're heading southbound towards Lufkin. We got 55 minutes from Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, Tyler to Longview, still 40 minutes, 55 minutes from Tyler to Palestine, and Tyler to Athens is 45 minutes. Clear skies overhead. Beautiful picture on our CBS19 live radar, but this is where it gets a little ugly, right? Down to a quarter-mile visibility in Center, Carthage, less than a quarter-mile visibilities in San Augustine, half-mile in Lufkin. This is what I'm talking about here. So you're likely to run into some dense fog on your way over to Shreveport. And if you're heading southbound towards Lufkin, you can see some dense fog beginning to develop there as well. So again, I'm giving you yellow lights all the way through 9 o'clock. We got temperatures starting off in the 60s, and then for this afternoon, we will see all of that fog disappear. We'll have a couple of clouds, mainly sunny though, temperatures in the low 80s.
The CBS19 Sports Report, sponsored by Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana.
Morning, y'all. Dan Millay with your sports here. Appreciate you joining us. Last night was the first night of playoff football, but on the volleyball court, our player of the week, Alyssa Potts, has already led Lindale to the state semifinals.
CBS19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
Getting the Lindale Eagles to the state semifinals for the first time since the 90s was pretty cool for Alyssa Potts. But getting the win over Salina to get there, that was a whole lot sweeter.
My sophomore year, we played them 4th round in playoffs, and I told my team we were not letting them beat us again, so that's what we did. We pushed through, used our crowd, used that energy to come out with the win.
Potts is one of the 3 seniors on this elite squad, but she wasn't about to go out without another deep run.
Last year we got cut off short first round, but this year I wasn't going to let that happen. Me and my 2 other seniors, we have been putting in work, pushing our team, and putting the encouragement in there.
And after hitting the match-ending kill to beat the Bobcats, she's got her eyes forward to take home Glendale's first ever state championship in volleyball.
Our whole team, not only me, has been working hard and putting in full effort into every single drill. Like our coach says, we need to leave empty.
Because she wants to give back to the school that gave her everything she's wanted on the court.
The Lindell program, they have helped me so much, just supportive. They're always here to support you in your sport, no matter what it is. And even outside of your sport, they're always there for you.
Jimmy Searfoss, CBS 19.
All righty, now for some playoff football action. Carthage up 7-0 midway through the first last night. Right on the goal line, Pirates QB Cord Johnson punches it in to tie things up on the other end. Jet Surratt hands it off to KJ Edwards, who gets taken down hard, but not before picking up the first down. In the red zone now, it goes to Edwards again. This time, the Texas A&M commit fights off a would-be tackler to find pay dirt and put the Bulldogs back in the driver's seat. Carthage up at this point 14-7. Pittsburgh drive comes up short, so the Dogs are back at it as Surratt slings it to Junior Henderson, not the junior. Junior Henderson, another touchdown, makes it 21-7 Carthage, just like that. Pirates not waving the white flag, though. Handoff goes to Gavon Grant, who bounces off one of his teammates, but stays on his feet to force his way into Bulldogs territory. Right at the end zone once again, Johnson looks left and hits Camden Dottie, met by a swarm of defenders, but too little too late. Pittsburgh scores again. Carthage led it 21-14 after the first quarter. It was tight in the first quarter, but then the Bulldogs ran away with it. They win it 63-34 over Pittsburgh. All right, let's go out to Don Marietta Stadium, where Liberty Ilo is matching up with the bi-district champion Malakoff Tigers. And these boys were popping each other hard early. Check out the short pass taken to the sideline and watch number 6. That's Jerian Hall stalking and hitting. Ball comes out. Malakoff falls on it. Shortly after, the same thing happens to Malakoff. Ball is out, but Liberty Ilo can't do much with it. Malakoff gets lucky. They get the ball back, put it right into the hands of Hall again. This kid just makes one cut, and you can kiss him goodbye. Don't get into a foot race with this kid. You'll lose. He puts the first touchdown for the Tigers on the board here in this postseason run. Later in the ball game, it's going to be Canyon Marsh. Here we go. Taking the snap and lobbing one high and deep into the end zone for one of his favorite receivers. That's Nasir Ross hauling in a touchdown to make this a 2-score game in the first half. And now this play gets wild. Marsh in the closing seconds of the first half rolls out. Play breaks down. He hits Parker Poteet as time expires. Some defenders just stop playing, but Poteet keeps going, makes his way into the end zone, and the Tigers finish the playoff with a touchdown. And let's see where we wound up in that one. Malakoff all over Liberty Ilo, 28-13. Let's look ahead to tonight. Our game of the week takes us to Winnsboro, where the Rabbits of Atlanta are squaring off against Winnsboro in a first-round matchup. Winnsboro is leaning on a heavy senior squad with 26 returning starters, while Atlanta entered the season losing 25 seniors. The Rabbits are leaning on a young quarterback and their key playmakers, including highly recruited young receiver C.J. Wally, son of former Texas Longhorn. The Rabbits looking to break the curse of losing to Winnsboro for the 4th straight year in a row. But this year's different.
And so our guys, we're gonna play our best ball players in critical downs, and we got some young guys, but we got some special young guys. And yeah, being a senior, that carries weight. Those guys have played a lot of football. They're older, they're more mature, but I think our guys are up for the challenge.
Atlanta finished the regular season 8-2, and they've won 8 of their last 9. They'll look to carry some of that momentum into Winnsboro tonight and finally flip that script in this playoff rivalry. But that's all the time we have for sports. Morning, y'all. Back to y'all.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. Former State Representative Chris Patty is facing a fine of over $105,000, one of the biggest in years by the Texas Ethics Commission. He violated the revolving door law, which bars lawmakers from quickly becoming lobbyists after making donations to other politicians. Petty gave $54,000 to House members in 2021, then registered as a lobbyist the next year. Repaying the money didn't fix the violation. The commission says he made more than $900,000 from lobbying before the fine was issued. There's a change in leadership for White House football. The district said head coach Kyle Westerberg is stepping down after 5 seasons. Now, under his leadership, the Wildcats made 3 playoff appearances. The district thanked Westerberg for his dedication and said the search for a new head coach will start soon. And the Friday night lights are shining even brighter as high school football playoffs kick into gear. We have a big night ahead of us. Teams across the area are fighting to keep their season alive in hopes of bringing home a state championship. Here's a look at some of tonight's matchups. Our game of the week takes us to Winsboro, where Atlanta meets the Red Raiders in a first-round playoff showdown. Winsboro brings experience with 26 returning starters, while Atlanta rebuilt after graduating 25 of its seniors. The Rabbits lean on a young quarterback and standout receiver C.J. Whaley as they try to snap a streak of 3 straight losses to Winsboro. Atlanta enters 8-2, winning 8 of its last 9 games and looks to carry that momentum into Friday night, finally hoping to flip the script in this rivalry. And a mobile desk will be at R.E. St. John Memorial Stadium in Kilgore, where it is playoff time for Little Cypress Mauriceville as the Battling Bears hit the road to take on powerhouse Kilgore. Little Cypress Mauriceville enters at 5-5, while Kilgore brings a strong 9-1 record in tonight's matchup. That kickoff set for 9 o'clock. And another game we're keeping an eye on is Athens taking on Gilmer. The Hornets are known for high-scoring games, recently defeating Bullard 77-43 last week and having a close 61-56 loss to undefeated Carthage. Gilmer, despite a lower overall record, is coming off a massive 50-7 victory and has a long storied playoff tradition. This game will be played at Lions Stadium in Henderson. Kickoff at 7:30. You can watch all the action tonight here on CBS19 at 6:30 and 10 o'clock. All right, perfect night for football today. Perfect day to do pretty much anything, Joel.
Absolutely. Very comfortable. And into tonight, forecast temperatures and conditions are going to be absolutely beautiful. Temperatures starting off in the upper 60s to low 70s. We'll keep that trend in the upper 60s through the rest of tonight with clear skies overhead. Your weekend looks absolutely fantastic as well to just get outside and enjoy. 82 for Saturday and 84 for Sunday. Just going to be kind of dealing with a little bit of a breeze at around 20 to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour gusting. That's what we have for this weekend. And also, that's going to cause some issues when it comes to fire danger. So burn bans in place for Angelina and Trinity counties until further notice. We're dry all the way through this weekend and into early parts of next week, with rain arriving during the middle parts of next week.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all here on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. For the 5th year in a row, Kent V is helping veterans in need. Up next, we'll show you how an annual event gives homeless veterans a chance at stability, hope, and a fresh start. Plus, Kilgore lit up the night sky last night with one of East Texas' most unique holiday traditions. Coming up, see a closer look at how the city is cherishing this holiday tradition.
And on top of warmer temperatures, we got higher humidity and winds starting to really pick up into this weekend. We'll take a look at the details coming up in your forecast later this half hour.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Yo on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us here on CBS 19 Plus. Well, the House could soon vote on releasing government files related to Jeffrey Epstein. This follows a bipartisan push for transparency and comes after House Oversight Committee released a new batch of Epstein's private emails, that is, on Wednesday, some mentioning President Trump multiple times. The president has denied any wrongdoing, calling the allegations a hoax. Jared Hill has the details.
President Trump declining to speak about Jeffrey Epstein Thursday after his name appeared hundreds of times in newly released records and messages from the convicted sex offender. The emails and texts involving Trump include Epstein saying that he'd met some bad people, none as bad as Trump, and that Trump once left his nose print on the glass as young women were swimming in the pool, and he was so focused he walked straight into the door. In another, Epstein said Trump knew of it and came to my house many times during that period, but never got a massage. Wednesday night, Trump called the Epstein scandal a hoax. The president has long denied knowing of Epstein's crimes and has never been charged with any wrongdoing in connection to Epstein. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt accused Democrats of selectively leaking emails to smear the president.
They actually don't care about the victims in these cases. They care about trying to score political points against President Trump.
Next week, the House is set to vote on a bill that would force the Department of Justice to release all files and communications related to the government's investigation into Epstein. Annie Farmer is an Epstein survivor.
This is always something that survivors have wanted, is more information about what went wrong here. Why didn't we see justice?
Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert supports the bill, though Wednesday the Attorney General and FBI Director personally lobbied the Colorado representative to change her mind.
Now, despite efforts from the White House, there appears to be enough votes to clear the bill in the House, putting the pressure now on the Senate to do the same. It would then go to President Trump, who could veto the effort. Meanwhile, former state representative Chris Patty is facing a fine of $105,000, one of the biggest in years, by the Texas Ethics Commission. He violated the revolving door law, which bars lawmakers from quickly becoming lobbyists after making donations to other politicians. Patty gave $54,000 to House members in 2021, then registered as a lobbyist the next year. Repaying the money didn't fix the violation. The commission says he made more than $900,000 from lobbying before that fine was issued. Naturally, a frightening incident that happened over the weekend. Police are investigating after a woman was reportedly held against her will in an apartment after meeting a 26-year-old man on a dating app. This happened in the San Antonio area. Investigators say David Martinez invited the woman over to his home on Saturday night, and according to an arrest warrant, the 35-year-old victim became uncomfortable and tried to leave. Police say Martinez grabbed the victim's keys, took her phone, and held her hostage, even punching her several times in the chest. The victim managed to escape, running door to door, begging for help. Detectives were able to track down Martinez using his dating app profile and social media pages. He has since been released from jail and will be back in court early next year. And make sure to stay connected with what's happening across the Lone Star State with Texas News Now. It's your daily statewide newscast with the top headlines, the stories that matter, and weather from all over the state. You can watch Texas News Now, streaming weekdays at 11 a.m. or anytime on demand on CBS 19 Plus, which is free to download on your smart TV. For the fifth year in a row, Camp B is continuing its mission to support veterans in need. This organization hosted its annual Stand Down event yesterday. It's part of a National Veterans Affairs initiative helping veterans experiencing homelessness and to find stability, hope, and a fresh start. CBS 19's Liana Aird has the story.
Those are cute. Those are chicken socks.
Hundreds of veterans across Texas are experiencing homelessness, and Camp V is working to help change that.
We pull resources together that can assist the homeless veteran population of this area.
This is the 5th annual Stand Down event, a partnership between Camp V and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, providing veterans with food, housing assistance, medical care, and more.
I need, more housing assistance, and I'm trying to deal with my medical issues. And
Brian, who's a veteran, says many don't realize just how many programs are available, and events like this help him connect with other veterans and get support.
Like last year, they gave me like a sleeping bag and boots, and I'm like, this sleeping bag's over $100.
Community partners join forces to provide these resources and a sense of belonging.
The fact I get up every day and get to help my brothers and sisters that have a less fortunate life, absolutely the most satisfying thing I could ever have asked for from the good Lord.
Crystal, who currently lives in a homeless shelter, says her entire family is military, and Thursday gave her hope.
Life is hard right now. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You never know if you're going to wake up.
As a veteran myself, I feel super special. So just to give them something extra to look forward to come and get pampered, to get free haircuts.
Thank you for your services, and thank you for not judging.
In Tyler, I'm Ayana Aird, CBS19.
All right, 7:37 now. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Maybe this will help you put in a better mood today. Maybe not so much of a Grinch. One of the most unique holiday traditions in East Texas lit up the night sky in Kilgore last night. Check it out. Yeah, the city's iconic oil derricks, all strung with Christmas lights, shine for the first time this season. 75 towers, each one of them topped with a giant star. The celebration, called A Very Day at Christmas, kicked off downtown. The world's richest acre park. Longtime resident Cynthia Beck tells us they look forward to this every single year, calling it one of their favorite holiday traditions. And the city leaders say this is the moment Kilgore waits for.
Christmas doesn't start in Kilgore until we light the derricks. Families come in, they bring members that live out of town. We have guests from all the area. That this is the way they open their Christmas season every year. Come in the derrick lighting, sing the Rangerettes.
You don't want to miss it. There's so much excitement. And always the finale is the Kilgore College Rangerettes. And who doesn't want to see them?
Right? Stars within themselves. Kilgore's 94th Christmas Parade, dubbed Miracle on Main Street, is happening on Tuesday, December 2nd at 6:30. All right, check this out. A new Pokemon cozy game is heading your way in this new year. Rick Demigala has the story, plus more video game news from Hollywood.
Your Pokemon friends will help you rebuild your world.
Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have revealed an extended preview of Pokemon Pokopia. The cozy game lets players step into the shoes of a Ditto Pokemon to create and customize an island habitat for Pokemon to live and thrive in. Pokemon Pokopia arrives on Nintendo's Switch 2 console March 5th.
Netflix is the home for all your favorite movies and TV shows, and now games.
Thanks, Dr. Ken. Netflix Games announces a slate of 5 new party games are now playable through its service. The games include multiplayer versions of Tetris, Pictionary, and Lego Party, all played through Netflix using a mobile phone as the controller. A Netflix spokesperson says more game experiences are on the way.
Gonna bring him to justice. So people know that how they conduct themselves matters. And they don't give up hope.
Here's a sneak peek at the new season of Fallout. The streaming video series based on the post-apocalyptic video game franchise heads to the town of New Vegas in its 2nd season, arriving on Prime Video December 17th. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, we've got a little slow motion excitement to slow things down this morning, right? Got to take a breather sometimes. Over at the Caldwell Zoo, this is Tempo the Sloth. He took things nice and slow as he enjoyed yesterday's perfect weather, stretching out, taking his time, exploring the zoo a little bit. Now, in the wild, sloths spend most of their time and most of their lives really hanging out in the treetops, so Tempo had no problem just out on a limb, showing off how cool he is. Just, hey, look, one hand. So impressive.
That is impressive.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, nearly 24 students from across the country were in Washington, D.C. this week with one goal: spreading kindness. The 20 students were honored as the kindest kids in America on World Kindness Day, which was yesterday, by the way. They received medals and illustrated books celebrating their good deeds. One student said being kind really doesn't take much. It Can be as simple as walking a neighbor's dog or helping with groceries. Just any little act helps
Even
these days.
even a compliment. Like,
Right.
you look looking good today. You got a haircut.
Yeah, it's a little short, but
it's a little
all
short.
right.
It looks
I was
good.
going to compliment the suit. Matches the tie.
Oh, thank you very much.
Light blue is my
Kindness.
favorite color.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It is.
I love it.
Even if you're at the grocery store today, you know how lots of people carry their carts out to their cars. Offer to bring that person's cart back to the little areas they have.
Back to the little cart corral.
Cart corral. There we go. I didn't know there was a name for it.
Yeah.
Little
yeah.
cart corral.
That's what I did before. Well, that's what I did when I was in college.
Yeah.
When I worked at Home Depot.
Cart corral.
Yep.
Corraller.
Lot associate is my title.
There we go.
Yes.
Much more better. All right. Check this out. Out of more than 500,000 cheeses from dozens of countries that competed in the World Cheese Awards in Switzerland, an aged Swiss cheese called Gruyere took home the top prize. Now, it's made of cow's milk at a small dairy in western Switzerland. One of the judges described its complex flavor profile as butterscotch caramel savory. I think I'd like this. Some fruit funk notes and some slight burn on there like charcoal. Interesting.
Yeah.
He said that 3 cheeses later, the judges could still taste his cheese. See, at that point, that's when you got to cleanse your palate for the next cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like chili testing. You got to cleanse your palate for the next chili.
Right. Got to reset.
There's a lot of chili. If you haven't done this yet, there's a lot of chili eating contests or chili tasting contests out there.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
There's
yeah.
some really good chili here in East Texas that you
Oh,
have to try
man.
out. It's spicy.
It's
but
a little
well worth it.
spicy. I can handle a little bit of spicy, but not too spicy. That's me.
That's one of us at least.
He can't handle anything.
All right, I can't. If you're thinking about getting a dog and you can't think of a name, well, you're in luck, because the American Kennel Club just released its list of the most popular. Get it? This is Rick at the Laugh Drill.
Popular. I love
There we
it.
go.
Good job. Very nice.
Names of the year. Max has reclaimed the top spot for the most popular male name. Hank, Teddy, Cooper, and Gus round out the top 5. Now, for female, on the female side, Luna was the most popular female name, followed by Bella, Daisy, Lucy, and Ruby. The American Kennel Club says the ranking was based on registration statistics and enrollments in its AKC Canine Partnership Program.
Oh, no. You know what you just said?
What?
You said Hank.
I did.
I'll tell you what. That's a darn fine name right there.
That's like Goals Q.
There you
say
go.
that, and
Every time.
he'll go into voice acting. I feel like those are very traditional, generic names for puppies. We want to get creative out there. I'm not creative, so help us out.
You know, if I were to get one, I'd probably like find some sort of like weather word.
Weather?
Yeah.
Thunder?
That seems a little cliche. Thunder.
Thunder is a good one.
Gusty.
I like that one. See?
Stormy, or that was
Sarah's cat's name.
so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Stormy. We got Gusty. We got Thunder. What was the other one? Dewey. I like that one.
That's really clever. Yeah.
Dewey's good.
Yeah, we got some
Fluffy for clouds.
Yeah, Fluffy.
There we go.
Cloudy.
Bluey.
Bluey.
Blue is a cartoon, but Blue for blue skies today.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. And Dewey for the dew.
There we go.
that
Blue
we're
and
seeing
Dewey. You
this
get
morning.
2 dogs.
Yes. There you go. I love it. It all works out. They complement each other for sure. Hey, because of that humidity, we got not only some dew, but also a little bit of fog in some parts of the area, especially over Deep East Texas, where we got some of the lowest visibilities currently. We got 1.25 mile visibilities in Lufkin right now, 2-mile visibilities in Nacogdoches. Visibilities have improved elsewhere across the area. We're now up to 10 miles visibility in Carthage and 8 miles visibility in Marshall, so that's some good news there. The sun has officially risen, which is going to allow for that fog to kind of burn off. So that's some good news there. Got a little bit of light haze in Nacogdoches this morning as far as this camera angle is, but we got some beautiful clear skies. 55 degrees is the current temperature in Nacogdoches. You got that light wind out of the east-southeast at 3 miles per hour. That's promoting that fog that's been developing for the past few hours here. Temperatures here across the area in the middle 50s, low 60s across some of our western parts of the area. 65 degrees. The warm spot in Palestine right now, 61 in Jacksonville, 62 in Tyler, 63 in Mineola, and 63 in Athens. Those temperatures, they will be building into the upper 70s, low 80s by the middle of the day. We're going to keep on climbing from there. We'll reach the low 80s for highs for today. That'll be kind of the same story over the next 3 days, in fact. 82 for today, 82 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny skies return for your Sunday, with temperatures around 84 degrees. How long will that temperature trend last, and when will our next chance of rain be? I got all those details in your full forecast coming up.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. Coming up in our Hollywood Minute, Kate Winslet makes her directional debut in Goodbye June, and Ken Burns returns with the American Revolution, digging into real story behind our nation's beginnings. It is 7:46 this morning. We will be right back here on CBS 19 Plus.
You're here. You're quite in mascara. Make me look presentable. I've never died before. I want to look nice when it happens.
Kate Winslet does double duty in Goodbye June. The Oscar winner makes her directorial debut with the holiday family drama and co-stars with Toni Collette, Andrea Riseborough, and Helen Mirren. Goodbye June opens in select theaters December 12th and debuts on Netflix December 24th.
One of the most remarkable aspects is that you had such different places come together as one nation.
But it wasn't easy. Ken Burns says he and his fellow filmmakers on The American Revolution worked hard to be honest to the actual story they found and not necessarily the version they and most people learned in school.
If you're willing to be disciplined, then all of a sudden you have this origin story that has a complexity to it that may address without formally doing it, some of the things. Just, we like to say today, oh, we're so divided. Well, we're not as divided as we were during the Revolution.
The American Revolution premieres Sunday on PBS stations. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, rapper Cardi B is a mom. Again, the 33-year-old confirms she has welcomed baby number 4. It's a new baby boy. It's her first with NFL player Stephen Diggs. The pair have been dating for a little over a year now. News of the new baby comes shortly after Cardi B released her second studio album titled Am I the Drama? She wrote on Instagram she is preparing for a tour to support it. All right, 7:49 now. The Friday night lights are shining even brighter as high school football playoffs kick into gear. Now, teams all over the area, especially here in East Texas, we call it Beast Texas for a reason, are fighting to keep their season alive in hopes of bringing home a state championship title. So here's some of the matchups we're tracking tonight. Our game of the week takes us to Winsboro, where Atlanta meets the Red Raiders in a first-round playoff showdown. Winsboro brings experience with 26 returning starters, while Atlanta, well, they are rebuilding after graduating 25 of their seniors. The Rabbits lean on a young quarterback and a standout receiver, C.J. Whaley, as they try to snap a streak of 3 straight losses to Winsboro. Atlanta enters at 8-2, winning 8 of its last 9, and looks to carry that momentum into Friday night and finally flip the script in this rivalry. Meanwhile, our mobile desk will be at RE St. John Memorial Stadium over in Kilgore, where it is playoff time for Little Cypress, Mauriceville, as the Battling Bears hit the road to take on a powerhouse Kilgore. Little Cypress, Mauriceville enters a 5-5, while Kilgore brings a strong 9-1 record into tonight's matchup. Kickoff is set for 7. And another game we're going to keep an eye on is Athens taking on the Gilmer Buckeyes. The Hornets are known for high-scoring games, recently defeating Bullard 77-43, and having a close 61-56 loss to undefeated Carthage. Gilmer, despite a lower overall record, is coming off a massive 50-7 victory and has a long storied playoff tradition. This game will be played at Lions Stadium in Henderson. Kickoff is at 7:30. You can watch all the action on Under the Lights right here on CBS19 at 6:30 and at 10 o'clock. All right, it's back to our question of the day this morning. Here it is for you one more time. What's your favorite food combo that just everyone thinks is weird?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with this one, honestly.
So in short, Joel is saying he's normal.
I think I am. I think I am. I like to think I am.
Until you're eating a snack, you're like, do people do this?
Right, yeah, exactly. I would say, I mean, the biggest thing I can think of is chicken and waffles.
See, that's a good combo.
See, that is a good
complimentary.
That's a good combo. That's the thing.
That's a good one. Okay, we got some people on Facebook talking this morning. Emily says her significant other likes ranch on his spaghetti.
Interesting.
Ranch.
Ranch on the
Not
spaghetti.
Alfredo sauce. Straight up ranch.
Ranch. Wow.
I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's interesting.
It's an interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't knock until you try it.
Oh, Amy.
You know.
I know. This is just as bad as orange juice. Drinking orange juice after you brush your teeth. You know that nasty taste?
Yeah.
So this one is eating popcorn and drinking orange juice.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
We're mixing drinks in there too.
There we go. All right. Elizabeth saying peanut butter and bananas and Miracle Whip. See, I'm not going to hate on this one because this feels more of a dessert.
Yeah.
You got your peanut butter, you got your toppings with bananas, and you got your Miracle Whip. It's like a little dessert.
It kind of is.
But it's missing a base. All those are like accents to a dessert.
I do like I have this from time to time, a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
See, that's good. I've had that before.
Yeah.
That's a good dessert.
Is that weird? Or
see, that's good too.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Man.
Vicky's saying banana sandwich with a Miracle Whip. So probably the same thing we were talking about, or maybe it's just a sandwich with bananas with Miracle Whip. Interesting.
There you go.
Keith saying peanut butter with wieners.
With what?
Wieners. Sorry.
Oh,
really?
really?
This morning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Joanne saying Fritos and Fig Newton. So you know those little like pastries that have like square ones? So that with Fritos, which is an interesting mix as well. Reagan saying green beans and ketchup. Okay. Cheetos and ketchup. Reagan loves ketchup. Mac and cheese with ketchup. Try pizza and ketchup, Reagan. And ice cream and Captain Wafer crackers.
Wow, all of these are just like random.
Good combination.
They're so random.
What was the other one, Denise? Hot sauce and rice.
Hot sauce and rice. Very interesting.
Interesting. We're gonna ramen and Fritos too. We're gonna have to get a list of all of these and just try them out.
Yeah, isn't there like a spicy ramen?
There is spicy
I think
ramen.
there is. So that kind of reminds me, like the spice on the rice.
Yeah.
Spice on the rice.
Spice on the rice. There we go, man.
There you go. It kind of reminds me of the spicy ramen a little bit.
We're getting hungry this morning. Okay, we're generally going to try all of these. We're going to try to at least soon enough.
Yes.
And see how it is and let you guys know how it is. All right, we're going to be right back. We're going to step away for a quick moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast.
Well, hold on.
With a quick, no, we're doing weather still?
Are we doing weather first?
Are we doing weather?
Are we doing weather first?
No weather. We'll do it right back.
Okay.
All right, so we will be right back with a quick news update. We'll be right back after this break.
Gotcha.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. The Boulder City Council has decided to put a federal immigration program on hold for now. Council members voted last night to postpone a decision on the 287G task force model until their meeting on September 9th. Now, if approved, the program will let Boulder police officers enforce immigration laws under the supervision of federal authorities during their regular duties, but not everyone is satisfied with how that situation was handled last night.
Not so much confused, I was just let down, disappointed that they want an attorney here to hear the public speak on how they feel and ask questions about it. I'm sorry, but if you're an elected official, you should be able to talk to your community, talk to the people that voted you in and allowed you to represent them in this community.
Meanwhile, the Smith County Sheriff's Office is already part of that program, a move that sparked protest and criticism in the community. And with that in mind, Catholic leaders in East Texas are calling attention about growing fear in the immigrant communities. Bishop Gregory Kelly from the Diocese of Tyler is joining bishops across the country calling for prayer, compassion, and support for families who, he says, are living in hiding. In a letter, Bishop Kelly said parents are worried about sudden arrest and being separated from their children, adding that a vast majority are not criminals, just families seeking a better life. And he's asking East Texans to show compassion as the holidays approach. A Tyler man will spend the next 12 years in prison for his role in a shooting and police chase that happened earlier this year in Tyler. August Williams pleaded guilty to engaging in organized criminal activity tied to an April 23rd shooting at apartments on Walton Road. Police say Williams and Jordan King were arrested after a short chase where Williams, who was driving, ran from a car into a wooded area. Officers later found him and recovered a gun as well. King also received a 12-year sentence after taking a plea deal in September. All right, let's get a check on that forecast now with Joel. Great football weather tonight.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at your under the lights forecast for tonight. Kilgore, Henderson, and Palestine all looking in really great shape. Upper 60s to low 70s to start. We'll keep hovering in those upper 60s through the rest of the game. Very comfortable, just a little bit on the humid side, and the winds will start to calm down into tonight. They will pick back up, however, into Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the low to mid 80s, 82 degrees for your Saturday, 84 for Sunday, partly cloudy for Saturday and mostly sunny for your Sunday. Got that warm breeze holding on as well at around 15 to 20 miles per hour, perhaps gusting between 25 and 30 miles per hour at times. We do have burn bans in place for Angelina and Trinity counties until further notice for those wind gusts and that dry weather that's going to continue to hold on all the way through this weekend. That will change into the middle part of next week. So meanwhile, we got temperatures in the low to mid 80s, very dry conditions. That'll carry into the next several days. And then by the time we get to the later half of Wednesday and into Thursday, we're watching a pattern with the potential to bring some strong thunderstorms with heavy rainfall.
Eight o'clock now. News before you head out the door. The House could soon vote on a bill that is to release all government files on Jeffrey Epstein. This comes after new emails from Epstein mentioning President Trump were made public. The president calls the scandal a hoax, while the White House accuses Democrats of leaking messages to score political points. Survivors like Annie Farmer say the public deserves answers about what went wrong, while some members of Congress are pushing full transparency. And the Boulder City Council has delayed a decision on joining a federal immigration program until December 9th. But if approved, local police could enforce immigration laws under federal supervision. Now, the move has drawn criticism in local communities. And Friday night lights are shining bright as high school football playoffs kick off tonight. Our game of the week features Atlanta at Winsboro, with the Rabbits looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Over in Kilgore, Little Cypress, Mauriceville takes on The 9-1 Battling Bears, while Athens faces Gomer at Henderson's Lions Stadium. Kickoff of those games 7 and 7:30 with full coverage tonight on our Under the Lights kickoff show at 6:30.
And luckily the forecast is looking fantastic for tonight. We got a mixture of 60s and 70s here across the area for tonight. At 7 o'clock, starting off in the upper 60s to low 70s, we'll all end up in the upper 60s by the rest of the games with clear skies overhead. And your weekend also looking fantastic, just a little bit on the breezy side, but certainly warm with temperatures in the low to mid 80s, 82 for Saturday and 84 for Sunday. Partly cloudy for Saturday and also mostly sunny for Sunday. Those winds, they'll be picking up into this afternoon, gusting between 25 and 30 miles per hour. They'll ease up into the overnight hours before picking back up into your Saturday afternoon, gusting between, again, 20 to 25 miles per hour. And then they'll start to calm down altogether by the time we get to Sunday, this time gusting between 15 and 20 miles per hour. Still a little bit gusty, but not quite as gusty as what we're going to be seeing for today and for your Saturday. Because of that combination of gusty winds and dry weather, we do have some burn bans in place for Angelina and Trinity counties until further notice. This dry weather will hold steady all the way through this weekend and into early parts of next week until we get to the middle part of next week. We are tracking our next chance of rain that could feature some strong thunderstorms with lots of rainfall, and this will be really beneficial considering how below average we have been for the past season. So that's going to be something that we'll be watching for. But again, in the meantime, very dry all the way through your weekend and into early parts of next week. We're up to 85 degrees potentially by Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And then that system that we're tracking will be moving in by the later half of Wednesday and into Thursday. Because of that possibility of strong thunderstorms with heavy rainfall, the CBS19 weather experts have declared Wednesday into Thursday a weather impact alert. So we'll keep you updated all throughout the week.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. Hey, check this out. They bring the sparkle and energy wherever they go this morning. We want to send a huge shout out. Let's over here for a little bit. Look at them go. A huge shout out to the East Texas Cowboys, also known as the Beast of East Texas. They're getting ready for their cheer competition in Longview, which is tomorrow. There's about 40 girls on the entire team, and just know, girls, you've got this. You've been practicing. We see you there. Look at those moves. And now it's your time to shine. Show what you got, right? Your friends here at Morning Y'all are so proud of you. We want to recognize two members. You may remember them. Excuse me. You may remember them. Jalissa D. and Faith Sims competed in the Miss Juneteenth East Texas pageant over the summer. Again, good luck, ladies. Y'all look amazing out there.
Oh, yeah. And best of luck forecasting a great performance.
You want to cheer us out?
Let's go Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
See, there we go. I'll do the cheering from the sidelines.
Yeah,
all right.
thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's starting your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Catch the noon show coming up later this afternoon on our Plus app. Here's what's coming up for the rest of the morning. Have a great afternoon. You won't see us cheering anytime soon.